Hey guys, it's Gorgeous Plus back March here today, and today we're going to go over the college football 25 gameplay deep dive. I was planning on just reading this thing, but as you can see, it is crazy long. This will take like an hour to read. So instead, I'm just going to skim over things and focus on what I really want to talk about, which are things I'm really interested in talking about. And I'm really excited for the deep dive. You should also watch the video because Kirk Herbstreit did a really swell job of explaining this in only 5 minutes. Make sure you subscribe if you like this type of content, and let's get right into the gameplay deep dive. So, I guess we can start with pregame. We got Campus IQ here. They have 3 fundamental pillars, all 22 plus, 134 ways to play, and stories of Saturday. I'll read these since these are short. All 22 plus highlights the importance of individual players and their unique abilities, emphasizes the differentiation in talent between the best and worst players in college football. 134 ways to play. From day one, our message was every team is somebody's favorite team, properly representing offensive schemes from Air Force triple option to the air raid UFC was of most importance to us. The final pillar, Stories of Saturday, seeks to encapsulate the new raw emotions of these student athletes as they perform under intense pressure in hostile environments. A true freshman is going to respond differently compared to a senior, so getting this right was really important. Now, since this was gameplay, you don't hear anything about anything outside of the video game. The games itself. But, I'm like kind of just going over this one here. This doesn't really say much that really matters to me, to be honest. Like, I just don't see much specific enough to go over. But wear and tear. I think when I first went over wear and tear when the college football information just came out, I was pretty negative on it because of how bad progressive fatigue was in Madden. Progressive fatigue is basically, if you play a lot of snaps, then later in the season you will get completely kicked out of games. But this wear and tear seems different. First of all, and I don't know if this is exactly how it says, but most, if you're tired, your player won't get kicked out for the entire drive or the entire game. It said most of the time it'll only be for about one play. It seems way more developed as certain parts of your body will get tired instead of just the entire body. Like, if you get hit in the legs, you're going to start being worse at acceleration and change of direction. If your QB's right arm gets hit, and that's where they throw, then their throws are going to be worse, and they can't throw as far. That's way better than just, this guy just got tired because he's playing a lot of snaps. Because, Tyreek Hill doesn't just get benched because he's tired, and he doesn't just get tired. If he takes a lot of hits, of course he's more likely to get benched. If a running back keeps getting hit by, I don't know what a good linebacker in college football is, but let's say 2 years ago they kept getting hit by Nakobe Dean, then of course they would have to get benched because a hard-hitting linebacker keeps hitting them right in the legs and making it harder to run, so they have to take a break for a play or two. I'm way more optimistic for wear and tear as I was before because it seems like, based on how much they went in on it, it's actually going to be good. Look at this. Every body part has a kind of system, a meter to see how tired it is, and if you get up to... And also, specific body parts have a higher chance of getting injured. If you keep getting your Achilles, maybe you have a higher chance of tearing your ACL or something. I don't really know but exactly how that's going to work, but this is way better than the player just randomly having a leg injury and then also walking out in the locker room holding their arm. It's stupid. But this one seems like they're really... This is not only revamping fatigue, it's also revamping injuries because it has a lot to do with getting a player injured. It also means that since you don't really see anything on the helmet, that they're still going to avoid having concussions or anything because out of all these wear and tear, the helmet always stays gray. And this is also during the game. You can see this during the game and stuff, which adds even more to do as the coach in the game. Now I have to manage my players, make sure none of them are getting too tired. And especially when you run more than one running back and maybe 4 receivers even more because your first guy might actually get tired. I also saw this. There'd be nothing wrong with throwing it 40 to 50 times in the game because, well, you just do it. But now a QB, especially like a freshman QB, can't throw it 40 times in their first game against Michigan. So, I mean, this is just simple things that I'm really happy that EA College Football is bringing to the table because it means Madden might bring it to the table. And progressive fatigue was terrible because it's really good. It's just really really good that they're completely overhauling progressive fatigue, and wear and tear system seems like they really tried hard to make it as realistic as possible. Now I don't care about options as much, to be completely honest. Like read options are fun, I guess, but maybe I mean Control has way more options than Madden does, so maybe it'll be way more relevant. Maybe there'll be way more different there will be way more options, more plays that are option based in this game than there ever have been. But I want to use them more because there's more chances for me to use them. But this isn't that big of a deal to me. I guess the flick, where you can either throw a quick pass, but what do you want to call it, a quick toss, but it's less accurate, and they don't get the catch in stride, or a strong one if you have enough space. That's cool. Like there's a few interesting things you can fake pitch again. I just don't. I mean, I think it's cool, but it doesn't really matter to me much. I just don't really care about it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I mean, this seems like just mostly options. So we're gonna move on to abilities. Now, I was talking about this earlier. I don't know if I said it in the video, but I did think this, that Super Factor shouldn't really be in the game. I just didn't think it should. I think they should do something, move into a different direction for college football, and they did. Now, instead of just superstar abilities and X Factors, now you have physical and mental abilities, which is very cool. 80 abilities, I'm pretty sure it's more than what there is in Madden, which is great. I think there's more than there is in Madden. And even if there isn't, this is for, like, every position. Like, this is everything. Like, of course, a running back can't get um, the offensive guard abilities, but these ones, a lot of them are way broader, so they can like composure and wear and tear effects. Those can go for literally any position, except for like kicker, I guess. But still, it's really really interesting to see how they're doing. First of all, every player can have an ability. There's no depth traits that go with abilities. It seems. I don't know how progression is going to work. Maybe it's just a rating, but it seems like any player can get an ability. But that also makes me wonder: can you develop abilities? Like maybe my freshman player doesn't get the composure ability, but when he hits his junior year and he becomes a veteran, he's way more composed and he's way more confident. Like that's something that I want to see. I didn't read most of this, by the way. I just didn't read the end because there's just so much to read. I haven't read it all yet. But as you can see here, Travis Hunter, he's got 3 mental abilities. Fan favorite, which increases composure gains at home. Best friend, which QB composure gain on. Is this what it says? I think it says QB. QB composure gain on first down catch. And clear headed protection from composure loss. So this guy, Travis Hunter, is very composed. And physicals, he's got sure hands, which obviously he's better at catching. 50-50, he's better at jump balls, double dip, better double moves, layout, better dive catches, and recoup, improve fatigue recovery. Which the fatigue abilities are pretty much useless in Madden because either you don't have fatigue on and your players won't really. So, in this game, first off, fatigue should be more dangerous since you're not gonna have it turned off probably because it's actually gonna be good. So you're actually gonna want to keep players from being fatigued. But also makes you think, can you change their abilities? Or are they just stuck like this? I know you can't really edit the players at all. But can you change their abilities? Will you be able to unlock? I don't really know how the abilities are going to work. They tell us what they do. But they don't tell us how to get them. And they won't tell us if we can lose or gain them. But also there's coach abilities, which I never really care about coach abilities. I do think giving them abilities makes sense. Especially like, well, there's no coach likeness. I don't really know how it's going to work. Pre-snap recognition. Let's see. Oh yeah. Basically, seniors are way more experienced pre-snap freshmen, which is pretty important because even freshmen, like freshmen, sure they come out of the gate great sometimes, but a lot of times your team just replaces one of your great players with another great player who's now a junior has been watching behind them, and this is pretty big. Anything that says, oh, the senior can do something better than the freshman can is pretty important. I think. There's no like, I don't think there's any 6 or 7 year players. I think the max years a player can play in this is 5. This, and then there's tiers to the abilities. I forgot. So they have different impacts based on what tier they are. Like if you read here, highlighting blitzers is way better on platinum tier than on bronze tier. That's very interesting because now, um, you have the value. Like, would you rather have like bronze field general and then like gold composure or gold? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you're comparing two QBs, since every player can have an ability, it doesn't go on a depth trait. Apparently, is what maybe it might be depth traits, but they don't affect abilities. That's what I'm thinking. Like they might, or it's just a potential rating. But now you got the value. Like, and can they go up in tiers? That's another thing I'm thinking about. I really don't know. I already like it. Even if you can't change abilities and they just come in with them, which I don't think that's what's going to happen. I still think disabilities make way more sense for college football than X Factors would. X Factors would not make much sense in college football, in my opinion, especially because um, a lot of depth traits have to do with gaining them after years. If this was only 4 years for a player's career in college football, I think it makes more sense to just give them the abilities. And I don't think you're going to be able to just change them either. I think these are going to be like developmental. You get them. I don't think you're going to be able to just give them whatever abilities you want. That's what I'm guessing. Oh yeah, confidence and composure. I already talked about composure a decent amount, but this is going to be very, very vital to the difference between freshmen and senior players. And mental abilities are also pretty important here. Since the crowd can ruin plays, seniors aren't affected as much by the crowd than but freshmen, they're very affected. Like they might play a lot worse when the crowd is going crazy, while seniors might not be affected as much. Of course, I already talked about the coaches being able to affect wear and tear and stuff, and you'll have more things to do. Matchups, I don't really like. I read this, I still didn't really get it. Like I don't. That would even if you saw a matchup, what are you gonna do about it? You can't change it. I don't know how much I want to talk about because, I mean, I'm definitely not done yet. But I'm not just going to go through all of this because it's too many. It's too many things. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. They changed up the formula of hot routes. I think they added some. I don't. So I guess there's no ability for different kinds of hot routes anymore. You just kind of get them all. Oh yeah, and now okay, and it's situation based. So third down, I guess the crowd's gonna be getting louder in the red zone. While in Madden, the crowds, if you have full momentum, the crowds are just loud no matter what, and it's kind of unrealistic because they're loud on this random 2nd and 2, like 6 minutes through the second quarter. It doesn't feel realistic. And honestly, I think home field advantage in Madden's kind of a nothing burger at this point. It's there. Like, it's nice, but I don't really get why it can't be in current gen. Or last gen, or whatever. I don't. People get way too butthurt over if you call it current gen or last. It doesn't matter, dude. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe also playing it last gen when Madden stops putting Madden 25 on the PS4, okay? Oh yeah, revamp passing. There's still a passing meter, but they changed some things up, which I'm already trying to get used to target passing because I didn't use it for most of the year. But also throw power now references how hard you can throw a pass, which is pretty important. I mean, it used to be an ability where Gunslinger just lets you throw the ball faster, but I guess like a strong arm QB can throw a really good bullet. But I don't really care about the passing meter. It will probably be not very important. Oh yeah, but throwing it deep a lot with a QB with a not 90, like 84 throw power won't work out. Or really, throw power only matter if you're really like back in Madden, throw power only matters if you're throwing it like past 40 yards. If you're throwing a 25-yard pass down the middle, bulleting, throw power won't affect it at all. But now the QB might float it a little bit more than you want because they don't have the arm strength. Which at that point, if it's gonna be based on how hard a QB can throw a pass, just call it arm strength instead of throw power because that's way more broad. It feels like it brings in how far people can throw and how fast they can throw the ball instead of just how far they can throw it. Switch stick. Oh yeah, you can like kind of change into who you're doing patch coverage with the flick of a stick of the stick. This is really good. Like if I'm a linebacker and I'm guarding a drag route, but then I see a receiver down about to get over for a corner, I can switch to the safety and cover that because it is really annoying. Changing in the players in the middle of a defensive play is basically impossible. Changing in the players after they already made the catch and tackle is a little bit simpler, but before they throw the ball, you're stuck as that player you started the play as pretty much because it's really tedious to change in the players while the QB is deciding who to throw it to. Now it's a lot simpler, which I think is really important. It'll make it easier to guard deep routes because now you can switch. There's a lot of new plays, which is always fun because, like, when I did the Patriots franchise, you have to know, before this, I always did Falcons franchise. So seeing a completely new playbook is really interesting. And now there's so many new plays. Every team's got a unique playbook, and I see some things about custom playbooks, which I really want to try out. So, it seems really interesting. It's not going to be something that really takes your eyes, like, it's not going to be breathtaking. It's kind of just new plays, new playbooks, which I guess for more fun teams to play with, like Tennessee and Air Force and USC, it's going to matter a lot. But for most teams, it's probably just going to be, oh yeah, this Tiger formation or something. I don't know. I didn't get this far, though. The flex bone option offense, okay. Tempo. Oh yeah, you can choose different tempos. Let me see. So before you even call a play, you can change how fast your players are moving to the line and stuff. So that's way better than just spamming the Y button every single time you want to go for no huddle. And it seems like CPUs can affect this too. And they fixed how CPUs call timeouts because CPUs were very odd with their time management. What is this? Okay, they adapt to running and passing, which CPUs did react to if you call run play a lot, but they don't really react to the same pass play. Kind of just do whatever they want. But since in the trenches, please don't say you made defensive lineman even better because I like this though because interior defensive linemen kind of feel mid in the pass game. They feel like pretty much useless. Like if you want a great pass rusher in Madden, you want an edge rusher, and for run game you want a superstar defensive lineman. But if they're adding more strength to the interior defensive lineman, maybe hopefully nerfing edge rushers, that'd be nice because first of all, they're good edge rushers in college football, but really they start exploding in NFL, like Nick Wilson and TJ Watt. And Aiden Hutchinson, which he was good in both, but 6 pass protection and targeting schemes. 400. Listen, they can say how many animations they added. It never felt like that in Madden. They would say they added 1,000 more animations, and most of those animations you see once in a lifetime, and you just kind of go back and see the regular ones. I always take how many animations they add with a grain of salt, because they didn't add 400 different blocking animations. They probably added a bunch of different, like maybe feet shuffling animations and stuff like that. I don't think it's all different blocking animations because I just don't think it is. I think when they say animations, I think there's a lot of slightly different animations, and they're just kind of hard to see differences. But oh, okay, some rain stuff. Let's see about this. It's harder to cut and plant your feet. Passing game is worse passes, accuracy, and throw power. More drops and fumbles, which sounds evil in Dynasty. But yeah, that's just something that should have been in the game already. It wasn't. It wasn't in Madden. That I'm pretty sure it felt like it was. It kind of feels like Madden always had that, where your players are slower and QBs play worse in the rain. But maybe it's just more specific now. But I really don't know. Oh yeah, they added more 1 foot sideline catches, which I'm really excited to see those because I do a lot of sideline throws. And honestly, it only feels like there's like 6 different possession catch animations in Madden, so they're adding a ton of new 1 foot catches, which hopefully they don't do it every time. Like in college, you still see people go for 2 feet naturally, so I hope not every sideline animation is 1 foot. But you know, if they might double down on it too much, is what I'm trying to say. And they add walking to the line of scrimmage back, which cool. I never really cared about that, but it's nice. Like more realism, always good. And then they changed the kicking meter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Better QBs will have higher ranges for good throws, just like kickers will have higher ranges for good kicks. So you can still throw really good passes with bad QBs if you time it right. It's just easier to time it with better QBs. Uh, oh yeah, and they're like 20 different touchdown celebrations, which I don't care about celebrations. My only main complaint is mad when that celebrations were unrealistic and how they occurred, and since every celebration is going to be custom, you can be down 35 points in the fourth quarter and still hit the gritty in the middle of the field. So that's nice, I guess. Oh yeah, this is actually really big. They made kneeling faster. Like if you're kneeling and the game is over and you can't lose, then you'll take a knee and the game will sim the rest of the kneel downs. So now you don't have to go to the super sim. Then your team starts throwing the ball again. That's big because it's just for those spent too many streams. I ended with like the last 5 minutes of the game, maybe a little bit less than that. I'm just waiting for the tick down as I kneel every play, and I'm just silent because there's nothing to do. That's pretty important. But it seems like I'm almost done. I'm finally done. I kind of skimmed through most of this because it is very, very long. And I would love to read all of it, but I just don't have the time to do that. But there's so much more. I'm telling you, watch all the YouTube videos. They know more than I do. But I'm just kind of having an unbiased opinion on everything I think. I've been positive, but I have been questioning some things here. And I'm very excited. Like, this game looks like it's going to be a banger, but there are issues not issues I know about. Like I don't know about these. Just short truth. These are just things that when I'm reading, like, is this good? Is this fixed? Like, is every silent animation going to be a 1 foot down animation, or there's still them going for 10 toes? But I mean, that's how we're going to end it here. Hopefully, this didn't get too long. But even if it did, I think my true fans will watch it anyway. Still make sure to check out channels like Bengal and Eric Ray Weather. They've got a lot of information. Read this entire thing. Don't just take my word for it. Read this. Take the information as you will. Make your own judgment. And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe. See you guys later. Adios.